Greetings, everyone. Welcome to an evening Nerdrotic Nooner. My name is Gary Beekler. I am from Nerdrotic, and I am in San Francisco, California, and we are live. And I wasn't sure if I was going to do a nooner today because I did about 12 hours of live streaming over the weekend, but my voice recovered, and we can have, it's not going to go 4 hours tonight, I promise you, but we need to talk about The Phantom Menace, Rise of Skywalker, another day, another mistake, another truth spoken by a repurposer hack in charge of Star Wars, this one being the lead hack, Jar Jar Abrams himself. And then we need to talk about Dead Upload Day on YouTube, because I am participating. So, greetings all. Hi. How you doing? All right. That was kind of a rough start. I got to learn how to fade that music out, but until then, you're just going to have to deal with it. Sorry. And who do we have here? Lori Wilson, a member. What's up, Lori? Kadrin Hardy, Gray Troll, Surly Unicorn, Jake D, Cole Coy, Bill the Cat, Odin's Movie Blog. What's up, Odin? We have Stephen Forster, Savage X378, Liger Fan, Sheila Allen, Spirit Scar, Extra Spice Mikey. We like Extra Spice. Genariel, Blasted Heath. It's going too fast for me now. What's up, Dave, Chris, and Larry? And now it's a blur. Hi, everybody. So, Jar Jar Abrams, I was going to upload a video tomorrow. I was going to upload a Star Wars video about this Jar Jar Abrams talking about the Rise of Skywalker, just finishing this last Sunday, and I was going to mix it in with some other news that I have, because I like to do videos about more than one subject when I have a chance. But then I remembered it was Dead Upload Day tomorrow. I even have it on my schedule. And I am not going to live stream, and I'm not going to upload, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. I think it's important that creators participate, but I will speak for myself. I'm not going to tell anybody else what to do. But let's let some more people roll in here, and we can even start out with the news. Why don't we just start out with that right away, shall we? We can do that, and then we can talk about the sexy subject of Dead Upload Day. Whoops, that's the wrong one. You guys can see all the analytics. Oh, where'd it go? Wow. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. And I got to be careful on this one. Last time I shared a Variety article, I got hit there because they have these trailers going right here, and if you have them on too long, they'll nail you. But J.J. Abrams reveals real Star Wars Rise of Skywalker script ended up on eBay. But wait a minute, hold the phone here. There were no inside sources. Inside sources had said that those inside sources were wrong because, Rise of Skywalker and Disney Star Wars is a steel cage. It's a steel trap. It is locked down. They've got security. There's no leaks whatsoever, just like there was on Game of Thrones. Yeah. So I'm wondering, apparently, and we'll go through this, a housekeeper found a script, tried to put it on eBay. Not very smart there. You can get in a lot of trouble for that. Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker doesn't arrive until theaters until December 20th, but some savvy fans almost got a chance to find out the conclusion of the Skywalker saga early. We all know the conclusion of the Skywalker saga. It happened in Return of the Jedi. The Disney trilogy is not part of it, and it will never be part of it. So, that is, I love the Disney trilogy name. I'm going to be using that forever. As you know, I call current Star Wars, even The Mandalorian, I call it Disney Star Wars. It is not Star Wars. It is Disney Star Wars. Just as Marvel is now Disney Marvel. Disney Spider-Man, Disney Captain America, Disney X-Men, Disney Captain Marvel, but not Marvel, no longer. Disney and Lucasfilm go through great lengths to keep anticipated movies shrouded in secrecy, but Director Jar Jar Abrams revealed to Good Morning America Monday on the Disney-owned ABC that a real script ended up on eBay. So, why would he admit this? Why would he admit this? Would he admit this to maybe cover his tracks that maybe some of these leaks might be true? Just because the script didn't get sold to somebody on eBay doesn't mean that person didn't scan the hell out of it, put it up on Reddit first, or told somebody, I'm thinking this is a little CYA here, a little CYA. Wait, for those of you who don't know, that's cover your ass. One of our actors, I won't say which one. Okay, everybody guess. Which actor was it? Who left his script under the bed? Mark Hamill. I'm saying it right now. I want to, but I won't. Left it under their bed, and it was found by someone who was cleaning their place. Abrams said it was then given to someone else who went to sell it on eBay. Well, I'm guessing that house cleaner is now fired. A Disney employee spotted the for sale item before anyone could get their hands on it and got it back before it sold, Abrams explained. With all the security, you have to be careful. Abrams also shared that The Rise of Skywalker went through routine reshoots and wasn't completed until Sunday. Oh my God. Boom. Oh my God. You guys, okay, shills. This is just for between, I'm gonna get on camera here because I'm gonna be sincere. You know, I was on camera the whole time. Doesn't matter. Shills between you and me. Shills. All that hard work you did, busting your ass, being fans, putting on that chapstick, getting ready for the knob. Was it worth it? Turns out it wasn't. It's a funny thing. You know, I'd love to tell this story. When I went to Disneyland last time, I got in for free. You want to know why? Because my friend Jeremy got me in for free. You know Jeremy from Geeks Plus Gamers? Jeremy from Geeks Plus Gamers got me in for free. You want to know why? Because he's got fans working at Disneyland. Yeah. So we got in. Had a great time. I had a great time with the Phantom Menace. Didn't have a very good time at Galaxy's Edge. But then we went on the Haunted Mansion ride. That was pretty fun. Went on the Matterhorn, and we did a Matterhorn video. So yeah, you know what? I was invited on the set of a show that is now technically owned by Disney. I got to tour the set, and I am very grateful, and I would never do anything to betray the trust. Plus, I also signed an NDA, so I can't say anything. But it's for a wonderful show called The Orville. And all I will say is, Orville fans, you will be so happy. You will be so happy. It's worth the wait. It's great. But that's called access, and I didn't have to sell my ass for access, and neither did Jeremy. I do not need to interview any creative or repurposer. I have no desire to ever do that on this channel, and I don't think I ever will. I've been offered opportunities. Partially, I'll probably be a very crappy interviewer. And you know what? I'm a fan. I want to stay fan level forever. I don't want to be have a clean and polished show. And the reason is, I think that's part of the reason Nerdrotic has been successful, is keeping it grounded, keeping the head small, keeping myself grounded, reminding myself I'm a very infallible human being, and not being a shill, because that I don't know, I can never do that. I see being a shill as bending both knees, getting on both knees, and that's something I can't do, especially to people I don't respect. And it's people I used to respect creatively. I used to have a ton of respect for a lot of people in Hollywood. I've lost a lot of that. Got an interesting email today, and it was a great email. Okay, it was constructive criticism. Now, some of the constructive criticism was a little off base, but some of it is, all of it I would certainly consider. And I love getting emails like that because I can always improve. But the email was about my last video, and it's funny because the person said I'm stuck in a rut, and that's curious because the channel's had the best growth period since Game of Thrones in the last month. But he had something to say, and he had me until the very end. He had me until the very end. And the reason I bring this up is he said I didn't teach Hollywood a lesson, and he was going off my title. Well, truth of the matter is I had to change that title. The original title of the video it had a thumbnail that had bomb on it instead of denial, and the title of and I thought that it was getting demonetized, so I thought it was the thumbnail, and I changed the thumbnail, and it wasn't the thumbnail. It got demonetized because I put what it was supposed to be: Terminator Dark Fate's flop is a lesson in Hollywood agenda fatigue. And YouTube did not like that statement, Hollywood agenda fatigue. I tried to reword it every way possible, and it was demonetized. When I just put lesson and took out the Hollywood agenda fatigue, it got monetized. So, so the person emails me and says I didn't teach Tim a lesson and I should have been nicer to him. No, although I respect Tim Miller for going on and giving an interview after his movie flopped, I don't respect Tim Miller. I don't respect Tim Miller for swinging so hard for the agenda fences. I don't respect Tim Miller for making excuses in that video, and that's what I was pointing out. The overall lesson for Hollywood is fake woke marketing doesn't work. And by the way, and it goes beyond that. All of your spurging at the Oscars and every award show about the Orange Man is now having an overall effect on the box office, period, whether your movie is woke or not. Ford versus Fairlane, long story. Ford Fairlane is a great movie, by the way, but Ford versus Ferrari would have probably done better if people weren't pissed at Hollywood right now. Of course, your Frozen 2s and your Disney flicks are going to do well, but the box office is hurting right now, and I think it's because people are just sick of Hollywood. So your movie can be filled with agenda or not. It's having an adverse effect on your product. Plus, all the other competition you have, the streaming services. It's not the best time to start getting uber political and uber divisive. Now, Doomcock and I talked about this on the Inquisition last night. And I am actually going to make a video on that last episode of The Watchmen. I am still really pissed about that episode. That episode was everything wrong with Hollywood. Absolutely everything wrong with Hollywood. Exploitive. It was disgusting. It was ugly in a lot of ways. And it was meant to be, but it didn't get its message across because the writer was not a very gifted writer, unfortunately. Not a very talented person. So, maybe a talented person like Alan Moore could have done it, but yeah, I digress. You don't want to be a shill. That's the lesson here. And another thing the guy mentioned in the email was, and this is where he loses me, because he started, making a point like, we want these people to be our allies. We want to win them over. Well, I don't know if that's necessarily my goal. And I have done that with some people. There are creatives and even some repurposers who have reached out. And I've talked about it sometimes and sometimes I don't, because they're private conversations. But there are people who like what we are doing here in the Fandom Menace. We're not perfect at it all the time, but I'm doing my best. But the email also accused me of not liking Wonder Woman, Black Widow, and Captain Marvel. And I don't like the character of Captain Marvel, but I do like the character of Black Widow, and I love the character of Wonder Woman, and I liked Black Widow in all the movies, and I liked the Wonder Woman film. quite a bit. I don't like Captain Marvel, but I've read all the Miss Marvel comics, and I own all the Miss Marvel comics, and it's not Carol Danvers. That's no longer Carol Danvers. It's just a husk of a character to, it's a means to an end for propaganda. And that's what we're fighting. Later on in the email, he was talking about my Walter Mosley video, and he called me a hypocrite for saying the N-word while I was complaining about censorship. And so I kind of lost me there. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? Say the N-word in the spirit of to defy censorship, and get my channel removed, the video removed. What good does that do? And it was a little bit of the free speech absolutist argument out there. And if somebody wants to do that with their channel, that's great. I'm not one of those. I'm not an absolutist or a true believer in anything. I don't think either of those people get anything done. My rule that I've learned from my pappy was you got to play the game before you want to change the rules. And I have to stay on YouTube. And that's the whole point, is I need to stay on YouTube. And I will follow the rules, and I will not say certain words to stay on YouTube where I can be effective. If I'm not on YouTube, I'm not very effective. That's, everything I've built up is for naught. So no, and that is not a word my kids are allowed to say. So yeah, there's censorship in this house. There's certain words you cannot say or use in my chat or in the house. As a matter of fact, I have my chat set up to where if certain words are used, your chat automatically goes away. Just to avoid that, because I don't want my channel to get nuked. And that's it. So no, I'm not an absolutist or a true believer. And those people aren't very effective. You need to be able to eventually work with people, but sometimes you need to call people out and you need to be harsh about it. I don't think I was that harsh to Tim Miller. Honestly, I'm not one of the most harsh channels out there. But it was a good email. He said some other stuff that was positive, and it wasn't like, he wasn't a total dick about it. So that's why I listen and I respond. And I think it's great to get those. And I do read my emails. Loquacious Primate, you will be responded to today, by the way. Okay, let's get to I want to get back to this article. And I'll actually show it to you this time. How's that sound? Boop. All right. Wow. There we go. Being tasked to close out the 9-film Skywalker saga. Being tasked to close out the Disney trilogy. Abrams admits it was scary. I care about it so much, he said. I care about it so much I brought back Palpatine and destroyed Anakin's sacrifice and Luke's entire story. Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't in the article, but that's what happened. It means a lot to people. It means a lot to a lot of people, us included. Yes, I'm sure it does. I'm sure it feels, it means a lot to your bank account, Jar Jar. We felt the pressure, but the opportunity was always greater than the challenge. What, the opportunity to help change minds through your social engineering within Star Wars? Yes, you can't pass that up. But it would be impossible, he noted, to conclude the franchise set in a galaxy far, far away without Leia Organa. Portrayed throughout the series by the late Carrie Fisher, the actress died in 2016 before filming The Rise of Skywalker began. However, there was unused footage from 2015 Star Wars The Force Awakens. He keeps repeating this over and over again. We know there's unused footage. I'm guessing it sticks out like a sore thumb and doesn't work because he's trying to really say, this is so important. It's so important. And he's saying it over and over again. It's going to be, a few minutes in the beginning of the film, and then she's, going to die off screen or something? Repurposed. I'm glad that word was used. Repurposed to give Princess Leia a proper goodbye. We needed to have her on in the movie somehow. We went back and looked at the footage and realized we could tell a story. We could create scenes, blah, blah, blah. It's sort of surreal, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but the most important thing is this. Abrams also shared that Rise of Skywalker went through routine reshoots, folks. 75%. Is that routine? routine reshoots and wasn't completed until Sunday. So, there you go. There's the Fandom Menace right again. I'm sorry, Shills. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You know what? You don't have to agree with the Phantom Menace. You don't. You can like some of the films, you can disagree some of the times, but you want to keep your integrity. And all I've been hearing lately is, especially criticizing other YouTubers, other individuals who have never brought the other ones up. So, it hits home. And it's bothering these people. And yeah, I guess it would be bothersome to know that you towed the line, you played good little soldier to the giant corporation who doesn't give a crap about you, and you didn't get anything in return. What did you think was going to happen? Lesson learned. Lesson learned. There you go. So let's get to a little bit of a little chat here, and welcome everybody again. 21. Over 2,000 people watching. This was late, unannounced, and yeah, I'm tired. I was live streaming a lot, but I could not. Even after the long Inquisition, I could not stop thinking about the Watchmen. I was so pissed. Apocrypha, thank you for the 99 cents. I appreciate it. Pinion, and thank you for the donation. It's good to have you here. Pinion, 2 Canadian pesos. Hail, Gary. Folks pay for cats, sneak into Star Wars. Do it. Do it. Do it. Yes. Yes, I did see the footage today where they can fly now, which is, it's what's going to happen tomorrow? And it sucks. It's dead upload day, but what's going to happen tomorrow? Is it going to be like this every day leading up to the Rise of Skywalker? Is somebody else going to say something stupid? Okay, so here's my theory. I went back in the Wayback Machine of the internet, and I looked for Reddit theories that ended up being right before The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens. And it turns out with both films, there were leaks that were correct. But they landed close to when the film came out. I'm thinking the ones that are out there right now might be somewhat correct, but I'm basing that mostly on Game of Thrones. So no, I don't have a ton of experience with Reddit and Star Wars. I don't. But I have a lot with Game of Thrones and A Song of Ice and Fire. I used to live on Reddit. And a lot of the leaks, closer it got to the release of the first episode of a season, the leaks would get more accurate. And it's weird. And God, since season 5, every episode of every season of Game of Thrones got leaked on Reddit. Episodes got leaked on Reddit. So I think some people should feel a little vindicated. And for one, they just reported rumors. It wasn't reporting a fact. But even reporting those rumors, I think some people should feel vindicated right now, and good for them. Good for them. Hail Doomcock. Judson Co. and Midnight's Edge. Judson Co. $1.99. Thanks, Gary, for all you do. You are welcome. You are welcome. It is my pleasure. I am having so much fun. I don't know. I couldn't wait to live stream today. And yeah, it's gonna hurt a little bit not to upload tomorrow, but I'm doing it for my fellow creators. I'm not totally worried about my channel yet, but I am worried for some channels, and I think it wouldn't hurt me to support them for a day, even though they don't even know who I am. Corporeal Poon for $2. Mandalorian turned into comic. No longer care. It's cartoonish. I still like it, but I understand how you feel. Listen, I'm not going to blame anybody for dipping out on The Mandalorian, no matter how good it is, because Disney Star Wars has treated people badly. Is this Disney's way of apologizing without apologizing? I believe so. And I don't want to be that person like that says it's not good enough. It's not good enough. But right now it's not. But time will tell. Time will tell. I don't think I'll ever go back. But I'm an old, I'm old, and there's so many other things I can cover and do. Doctor Who's coming, Star Trek's coming. I mean, like that. My wheelhouse is coming in January. Yeah, with Star Wars, like The Mandalorian, the best it could be is a good Disney Star Wars show. But I don't know. It's not like I go back and forth. I'm not going to come back. I'm not going to get back into it again. It's too big of an investment, and the damage was done. I'm a Luke fan. Now might be people out there who aren't, but that's my guy. Luke and Han were my guys, and they crapped all over them. So I'm out. I don't care how cool the Mandalorian is. Kapla, my bud, the stupidity flies in Lucasfilm. The Price is Right review. Whoa, it's good to see you. Thank you for the $2. Yes, the stupidity has been breathtaking. You've been breathtaking, Kathleen Kennedy and Jar Jar Abrams, and I thank you. We thought Bob Iger was the most disconnected dumbass at Disney, but it turns out there's a bunch of them there. So thanks, guys. Oh, have fun at your cocktail parties and while you celebrate over the ashes of our franchises. Steve O for $4.99. Free YouTube money. Take it, Gary. Well, thank you, Steve. And I'm glad it didn't cost you anything. That's great. I appreciate that. You guys are brilliant. I wonder why YouTube's giving away so much free money. I'm suspicious of everything. Okay, it's by nature. Bird of Prey 5 for $2. What if we didn't monetize videos tomorrow? I have a theory that they still get ads off those. I know they're not supposed to, but no, I don't. I mean, now I guess if you want to do that, that's fine. Bird of Prey. I'm not telling anybody else what to do, but and I'll get to that in a second. I got a whole spiel on it. So, Baptist 702 for $5. Do you think Star Wars can return to its former glory? No. And I'll tell you why. Also, do you think Marvel will ever deviate from the political soapbox? Eventually, I think it all will. I don't think it ever fully will. I think it'll just go back to normal, annoying Hollywood, which I would take at this point. But honestly, they by doubling, tripling, quadrupling down, even when it's light stuff now, it bothers me, and I just find other stuff to do. I would rather watch a Cecil live stream than 99% of the TV shows right now. He's more entertaining. Doomcock, more entertaining. Mary Mayhem, more entertaining. The Fandom Minutes for $5. I may be able to go live in a couple hours. We'll probably stream for several hours. Okay. But that is going to dip into dead upload day. So you want to be careful of that. But if that's what you want to do, Breezy Bird. But yeah, have fun. Have fun. I don't know if I can if it's before midnight. And I'm not saying I might not. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I was gonna do a video and put it up at night, but nah. I put one out. That'll be. And listen, it might be late news, but I'll put out my Star Wars video Wednesday, and then work. It'll give me time to work on my Watchmen video. But and I don't know if anybody's gonna watch it, but that one's gonna be just me being pissed and eviscerating that episode the best way I can. Comic Drake said SJW criticizers don't buy comics, says Bweezy Bird for $1.99. No, they don't. No, wait a minute. So, okay. Comic Drake said SJW criticizers. No, SJWs don't buy comics. SJW criticizers buy comics. I would like to see the data on that. I find that to be fundamentally untrue. Now, there's a lot of people who talk about comics who don't buy comics. I wouldn't call it the SJW criticizers. I think a lot of SJWs do pirate comics because, I had people coming in my store talking about pirating comics, and that didn't please me. Now, if people want to do that, I ain't judging you. Because I think there is an argument to be made that if you pirate a comic and you really like it, you buy it. And if you weren't going to buy it anyway, you weren't necessarily stealing it. But this is, hey, that when you put something up digitally, you have to know that's going to happen, and to think that it's not going to happen, and to walk around saying you're stealing from me. Well, hey, I worked at Technicolor. I worked in digital media, and people were downloading movies, and that was stealing from me. But you know what? I didn't take it too personally. I still got paid. I didn't. So you do you. I would just say, try to buy stuff as much as you can. Does that sound okay? Try to buy. It's not good to steal. I don't want to sound like dad on the internet, but it's not good to steal. Just try to buy stuff whenever you can. And that's it. As far as SJW criticizers not buying comics, I don't know who Comic Drake is. So if they stop buying comics because they're sick of them, because they're sick of the SJW politics in it, then I guess they don't buy comics, and they'd be justified to do so. But thank you for the $1.99. V for $2. Gary, sticking up for the fans, true man of the people. Well, thank you. And I will always stick up for the fans, forever. The fans who are, because I am one, the fans who are the customers, the fans who make this whole thing go. And a lot of repurposers and creatives lose sight of that. They think they are the reason. I wrote a story. You know what? That's great. You made it to the mountaintop. You got to Hollywood. You kissed enough butt. You did what you needed to do to make a creative work that you probably had to compromise like hell to get done. And I admire that. And there's been some great work out there that I truly adore. And I love it when it's done well. But I don't think it takes too much work to do one of two things. Respect the fan. And if a fan gets disrespectful, which we do, simply ignore it. Do not respond, because responding actually makes things worse. Act like a professional, move on, focus on the positive. You're making a bunch of money making make-believe stuff. Be grateful for your life. Listen, most of these people who get upset, they're getting upset by anonymous trolls. They don't need to get upset by these people. They're farts in the wind. I mean, they serve a purpose in the internet, but they're nothing because there's no face to their argument or anything. So it's almost like looking to get upset about something. It's like there's enough to be really upset about in this world. Like, I don't know, political agenda ruining my favorite stuff, and I can't escape politics even when I want to because I personally can't. It bores the shit out of me. I have this dumb philosophy in life. I try not to get too worried about things I have no control over. But I think the Fandom Menace has proved that we have some control over this stuff because we spoke up. And I think that's a good thing. So they should all be proud. EVS, World Class Bullshitters, Jeremy, Geeks and Gamers, Doomcock, everybody in this group, right down to Sporking News Podcast, Midnight's Edge, and yours truly a little bit too. Baptist 702, thank you for joining the Gandalf level. I appreciate it. You're awesome. Zagan, thank you for joining the Jaloja level. Jaloja. You are now allowed in the P corner. Baptist 702, Hollywood needs a serious worldview change first. For $1.99, yes. I spoke about that in the Watchmen review. I think they're just too damn jaded right now. They're too jaded. They're too disconnected. And they have no idea what a fan wants or what a fan is, what genre is. Watchmen, you know what? Within that Watchmen series, there is a good story to be told. There is. And maybe even Damon Lindelof can tell it. But it got so derailed by the agenda, it's unwatchable. It's unwatchable. And it's not The Watchmen. And last night's episode was a cartoonish exploitation of real tragic events, of real... I'll say ism that happened back in the 30s that that you can portray in a film. I don't know if you're doing it respect by making it cartoonish in a fake adult cop superhero drama that's behind a paywall. Just saying. Hey, Gary, saw Ford versus Ferrari this Saturday. A great movie. Want to thank you And Mrs. Nerdrotic for the recommendation. Hail, Mrs. Nerdrotic. Darkstar76, thank you for the $5. Hail, Mrs. Nerdrotic. Love of my life, best friend, and true strong woman. So the reason I keep saying Ford Fairlane, because I said it the other night in a live stream. So for a little bit, when I was a youngster, I did the Rocky Horror Picture Show at a place called the La Paloma Theater. I knew the projectionist, worked a little bit as a projectionist there, and while I was hanging out there and living there for a while, Ford Fairlane was playing in that theater. So I've seen it 30, 40 times. I mean, like, it's ingrained in my head. So that's why it pops out so much. And I love it. I love the Dice Man. RR for $4.99. Standing for the truth, justice, and the American myths. Ooh, I like that. The Fandom Menace champion, Nerdrotic. Hail, Gary. Great work. Sorry, Shills. But we're not going anywhere. Yep, we're not going anywhere. And guess what, Shills? Shill-tastics. It doesn't end with The Rise of Skywalker. I'm sorry to say, we have only just begun. Doctor Who premieres January 1st on Copa Day. So we'll see if I'm here reviewing it. And then Picard premieres on January 23rd. Oh, and then The Expanse premieres before that on the 13th. So there is something good coming. So yeah, I'm sorry. Gary, did you see Crowder's Epstein reenactment? No, it's live right now. I'm going to have to go back and watch it. But I am a Mug Club member, so I can watch it behind his paywall. And hail Quarter Black Garrett. If you're out there, well, he's probably working. But if he watches this later, love you, man. I want to get him on this Friday. Guitar Man, thank you, Gordon, for the $2. Gordon Man 91588, $2. Star Wars is dead, and the Mandalorian is its ghost. Ooh, I like that. I do like that. Alpha Squad Gaming for $2. Social Justice Warriors. Skywalker forever. LOL. Just kidding. Social Justice Warriors. Skywalker forever. LOL. Say I said it better like that. I know you're kidding. Thank you, Alpha Squad Gamer. J-Pat. Oh, it jumped on me. Oh, good lordy. J-Pat for 2 Canadian pesos. You can't un-F the housekeeper. Ron White. Or Arnold Schwarzenegger. I was just trying to help the housekeeper over the fence. Sorry, Maria. Aluverane Almucara for $2. Did you get my CBS Star Trek licensee email? I did. I will respond to you tonight. Yes, we need to talk. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for the $2. Princess Unicorn, what's up? For $1.99. What is the meaning of and what happened on Twin Peaks? On the newest one, that I don't have 3 hours to explain that, but I will. I'm having audio issues. Had to take the vids down. My vids or yours? I got your email on that. Modalicious, I will respond to your email. If you're having audio issues, I can help you with that. I don't believe I am because I have my earphone in this time. So I don't know. Is the mic sound okay? Well, I guess I can find out. Hang on. I got my thing right here. Modalicious, I will respond to your email. If you're having audio... Yeah, it sounds fine. I am gonna be getting a new mic. I think this mic has just had its time. It's a couple years old. But Modalicious, I'll get back to your email. I did get it. Cracklin for $4.99. My theory: the Knights of Ren are the former Padawans of Jake Skywalker. They spend most of the time smoking pot and watching reruns of Ren and Stimpy. That would be hilarious if they're like huffing the spice. Isn't that what Grief offered the Mandalorian? He said, "Why don't you just take some spice and forget about it?" Like the spice mines of Kessel. Larry, $4.99. Nice to see the Nerdrotic tonight. Hail and Heidi Ho. While the Expanse, will the Expanse be weekly or not? Picard will be weekly. Yes, it will. Expanse will not be weekly. Great videos and live streams as always. Why, thank you, Larry. You're awesome. And thanks for joining us last night. The Inquisition was one of the better episodes last night. I don't think Doomcock has put it on the Harvey channel yet, but if you guys do want it before this live stream is up, I will link. The link is still there. It's just unlisted. I will give you guys the link, or you can just email me and I'll give you the link. It was a good one last night. And Friday Night Tights was a good one too. So, and that's, Doomcock is, the Inquisition is like our show. I love that show. And I love Friday Night Tights. I love the guests we have on. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. The more, the merrier. For a little bit there, I was feeling like cut off, so it's good to interact. Cause a lot of times I'm just like locked in my room in solitude. But I've got, this week's cool cause I got Nerdrotic Jr. with me and we went to the gym today. We hung out. It was nice. Little father-son time. Justin Gould for $10. We all enjoy The Mandalorian right now, but something tells me it's bait and switch and the SJW propaganda will be introduced eventually. Disney always appeases to the angry Twitter mob. Justin, I think we're all waiting for that. And if we don't get it, I'll be pleasantly surprised and I will praise them for it. And then I will, I'll start believing that they want to make things right with the fandom. But I hope you understand and don't judge me too harshly for this, that I will never be that fandom again. I want the Star Wars fandom to be happy. But you know what? I want Star Wars to be happy, just like I want my ex-wife to be happy. But I don't want us to be happy together. But if you fans, all fans, fandom menace, non-fandoms, you deserve good Star Wars. You do. For supporting it for so damn long, and quite frankly, you've gotten so little of it. You deserve it. Princess Unicorn for $1.99. When is the next Nerdrotic and Doomcock fan meetup? Well, we haven't had one yet. Our first one will probably be, I don't know. I have to get with Doomcock. He might be coming up here in February, but that depends on Copa. Copa is changing a lot of things. That's why, I continually ask for subs because I just quite frankly think, and please subscribe to your favorite YouTuber as well if you're just on the fence about it, because the bigger the following we have, the more support we have just in case something bad happens. I mean, it just doesn't hurt to be as big as possible. And we can also help others. John McMasters for $2. A martyred Jar Jar Jedi Master returns to destroy Rey. That would be great. That would be great. All right. I will get back to the super chats in a minute. And we'll get back to the Star Wars chat in a minute. This is just going to be a brief, horrible segue into Dead Upload Day. So Dead Upload Day, I found out about from Jeremy from the Quartering when he did a video. He was at the time, I don't know how he is on this, on the fence about it, on whether it would do any good. I have experience in this with comic retailing. So believe it or not, as a newbie comic retailer, once I got a lay of the land of the comic industry, I knew trouble was coming. And I tried to voice it as much as I could. I became an original, I wasn't a founding member, but I joined Comics Pro very early on because I love their concept of loosely uniting retailers so we can be a singular voice, not a union. I don't like unions. I would never join a union. I would never be a part of a union. But you know what? Occasionally getting together to support each other, I'm for. As long as there's no dues or memberships or fees or rules or leaders and, any of that crap. But I'm okay with once in a while getting together to, especially when we're powerless over something and we have to exert our power. And we do have power if we are together on this. Okay. I don't know if it's going to work. And the reason I bring up the comic retailing thing is it just didn't work. You can't, it's so hard to get individuals on an island together just once to save themselves. because so many people just say it's not worth my time and trouble. And a lot of those shops don't exist anymore. A lot of those shops don't exist anymore. And you know what? A lot of those shops don't exist, and they bitched on their way out. And I'm sorry to say, you had your chance to do something and you didn't. You had your chance to use your power towards Marvel and DC. Those days are long gone. You have no power over them anymore. So you just need to, now you need to bend the knee and do whatever the hell they say. You have zero power unless you just cut the cord and start selling old comics. Same thing here on YouTube. All right. We need to get together on this. We need to not upload. Yes, it might hurt some people who do multiple uploads. No, it won't. I promise you. Okay. So as a YouTuber who sometimes doesn't upload for a couple days, it doesn't hurt your channel at all. Of course, the traffic goes down. It always does. It goes down at night. Yeah, but you know what? It goes back up again once you put something new out. So if you have something ready for the next day, you'll be fine. Nothing's going to happen. You'll lose pennies on the dollar. And it might work. It might not. But we don't know unless we try. I can't think of anything else to do. I don't know. Putting up a Copa video on, I don't think that helps at all. I think there's plenty of Copa videos out, and YouTube can monetize that. I don't want to help them tomorrow. I want them to notice, but I don't want to hurt YouTube either. I am very grateful for this platform, and I understand their rules, and I understand that the children need to be protected. We got to protect the children, man. But I also understand that there's parents out there who can take care of their own kids, and we don't need the government coming in and being a nanny. That I am very much against on damn near everything. So I think this is the only way, given the amount of time we have, to get notice. But the only way this is going to really work is if everybody does it. Everybody. And if you just don't want to do it because you don't believe in it, you're not worried about COPA, okay. But if COPA comes down, channels start getting nuked, and people start complaining, but they uploaded video on dead upload day, my response will be, you had your chance to say something, and you didn't. I think we could spend the day on Twitter trying to direct people towards the FTC site to where we can leave respectful comments. But for my part, I'm just going to, in support for, because again, I don't make children's content, and yeah, I'm a little worried about the action figures in the background, but I don't make children's content. So I'm worried, but I'm not super worried. But I am worried for the people who do make, for gaming channels, for guys who do toy unboxings, adults who are in. I am very much into collectible toys. That is very much an adult thing that can fall into that gray area. I'm genuinely worried for those channels. And these are small businesses. These are independent creators, constantly under attack by the government. Believe me, I'm well practiced in this crap. I had a small business in San Francisco. My wife has a small business in San Francisco. You think YouTube is bad? That's why I don't get that upset, because we deal with San Francisco, and they're changing laws every day. So, I don't want to sound like I'm attacking YouTube. I will when they deserve it. I think this one, I think there's something way more nefarious going on. I can't prove it, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if the big corporations who recognize YouTube. The corporations recognize YouTube for something YouTube doesn't recognize it for. The biggest competition. In the streaming wars, nobody ever brings up YouTube because YouTube wins every time. They don't have to develop content. They have us, but they don't want us for some reason. I don't know why, because we could crush anything. I mean, the budget of this channel is, time is more of a problem than actual budget. So I have a plan B for COPA. I'm going to, whether it affects the channel or not, I'm going to move ahead with my online store. So I'm going to do an online store that's got Nerdrotic merchandise. It's going to sell vintage toys and comics. Pretty much a lot of stuff that's either here, and I've got boxes of it, and I've got 250,000 comic books I need to get rid of, bronze, silver, modern, all priced to go. But it's going to help fund the channel. I'm going to continue to make content. That's going to be my focus. I will be starting a GoFundMe to help me with starting costs, like hiring people to inventory the comics, getting a storage facility. I'm going to have to get a lawyer. I'm going to have to get business liability insurance. And we're going to have to hire web developers to give me an actual website. Actually, I have started it, but I haven't like really super announced it yet because I wanted to dedicate an entire live stream for it. So that's going to like be officially announced on Wednesday, the day after Dead Upload Day. So I'll throw up the link then. It's all set up, but I'll throw up the link on Wednesday because I need to refine a couple things first before I actually go ahead and do that. But that's what we're going to do. So, and I've been talking about it for a long time. But as far as Dead Upload Day, I'm participating. I'm not going to upload anything. I'm not going to do a live stream, but I'm not going to judge any of my fellow creators if they want to go do what they want to do. It's their choice to do with their channel. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It might not do any good at all. But my conscience will be clean but I'll still be pissed if my channel gets nuked. Okay. John McMasters, thank you for the $2. Comic Aussie for Australian $10. Hail, Gary, this is how you conclude a trilogy. Please watch the original Return of the Jedi trailer from 1983. Still gives me goosebumps. Good times. Can we watch it together and shed a tear? I wish I could show it. But I get nailed for a copyright strike, or I play that thing. I remember it. I remember, like, we knew that it would air like on, it was like during prime time, and me and my friend would wait for it to air, and we'd record it on VHS and then watch it again. Because my friend was rich and had a VCR back then. Justin Gould for $10. By the way, watch the animated Dark Empire on YouTube if you haven't already. I haven't. I really believe it deserves some more attention for anyone who likes Star Wars EU. Yes. Is it to the audio drama, Justin? Because I like the audio drama. Ask if I care for $5. Just gave some of my last of my free super chats. Keep it up. Well, thank you very much. Fixie Clary for $5. Hey, Gary, what is Dead Upload Day? Dead Upload Day is when I'll say it again. YouTube content creators will not upload any videos or do any live streams on November 26th, which is tomorrow, in protest for a better COPA. They need to go back to the drawing board on COPA and revise it a lot and be way more specific. Because right now, the way it's written, it could pretty much take out half of YouTube. Not kidding. Not even kidding about that. And I'm not kidding about this. YouTube changes January 1st, 2020 forever. And how much of a change? We'll see, but it's changing. It's happening. It's time to accept this. I think, even me, like the last week, I was just going along thinking, I'll worry about it. And I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to freak out, but I'm also going to accept the fact that things are going to change. I am prepared to take a major revenue hit, and I will be ready. I'm not going to wait for YouTube or the FTC or anybody else to decide my destiny. I will decide it for myself. I am having audio issues. Crappy mic from Wish. Okay, Modalicious, I'll help you with that. I'll send you an email. I have some options for you that are not expensive. Butt Munch for Canadian $2. Have some Canadian rupees. Thank you for the Canadian pesos, Butt Munch. I appreciate it. Matthew Madsen for $1.99. Ray can fly now, and her magical space horsey Hasbro. Oh, Ray, yeah. I mean, of course she can fly. She can smash a planet. Yeah. Ray can create her own man. Ray can make herself pregnant. Yeah, she's just a god. It's all for her. It's all for Ray. The blank, expressionless Ray. I mean, sorry, no shade on Daisy Ridley, but I'm just saying there's not a lot of emotional range. She went to the Sonequa Martin Green School for Acting, or the Brie Larson School for Acting. Lyrios for $4.99. The Fandom Menace should make their own platform. We will follow. I wish we could do that. But the problem is with that. I mean, in a perfect world, yes. But as with all things, when you get creative people together, and yes, the Fandom Menace is filled with creative people, they don't tend to get along. I mean, it'll start out all wine and roses and end like Channel Awesome. So, yeah. I wish that could happen, but no way. Michael Edgel for $4.99. You and Doomcock should make an appearance at San Diego Comic-Con. Would be cool for the Fandom Menace event. We will. I talked to Doomcock, and I'm going down there, whether I get a ticket or not. I applied for media. I'd say it's 50-50. I know somebody who works down there, but that's never helped me in the past. So, but we'll see. But I'll be down there, and I would love, yes, I want to hang out with Doomcock, and we've spoken about it. Doomcock is ready to come up from the center of the earth and do his thing, and I believe he might even show up to Star Trek, but I don't want to make promises for him. We'll see what he says on the Inquisition. But I'll be at Star Trek Las Vegas. I'll be at San Diego. I'll be at New York again. And I will be in, there's a Comic-Con in Wales, that I'm going to. That's right. I'm going to a Comic-Con in Wales. Mar Ant for $1.99. What are your thoughts on EVS? I like EVS. I met EVS in person at New York Comic-Con, and we had dinner with Cecil, and it was fun. I have been a subscriber to EVS since he had 4,000 subs. EVS comic books made me a lot of money at the comic store. He's one of my son's favorite artists, if not the favorite artist of my son. And my son is a full-on DC guy. He's a DC guy. So, yeah, I like EVS. EVS is a founding member of the hashtag of loose collective of individuals, the Fandom Menace. Martin Dahl, member, welcome to Jaloja. Welcome to the Jaloja level. Hyperion 9997 for 8 Canadian pesos. I petition that all future bad ADR be called a McClunky. Yeah, I agree. I second that. McClunky. McClunky. That's how it's said. The Fandom Menace. It's official. I'm going live at 9 p.m. Central. The Fandom Menace is going live at 9 p.m. Central, which is, what is that, like it's like a half hour? Like a half hour. Fandom Menace is going live in a half hour. The Ellis, the Phantom Menace is cool. He's been on Friday Night Tights with us, and he'll be back. Tom the Ellis for $15. Thank you. New follower and first time catching you live. I like what you do and keep it up. The Ellis. Thank you. I appreciate that. And welcome. Welcome to Nerdrotic. Where, you know, I don't, I'm kind of like an ostrich, you know, every time I blink, you're a new person. It's a new day. I got a little bit of the ADHD, but you know, life is good. Life is good. Except if you know, Star Wars sucks and Rise of Skywalker is crashing and burning. Mandalorian's pretty good, but Doctor Who looks worse than ever. Star Trek is going to be, Star Trek is going to be a fart in the wind. People, I think, are just going to forget about it. Can't you wait to see a 97-year-old Jean-Luc Picard go fence his way through the galaxy and get led around by a woman who is a key to everything? I can't wait. George Orwell for $9.99. Build it, Gary. If you build it, we will come. It will be built, my friend. Thank you. I really appreciate your support. Yeah. That was part of the plan, but I just had to speed it up. But I promise you, creating content will be my first priority. It will not take away from the channel. The reason we're fundraising is so I can hire people and delegate people to do this stuff, so I can continue doing this. And yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how much. That's all. I'm trying to make it as low as possible. Because I just crowdfunded for Anas Dean, and I've never crowdfunded before for myself. And I don't know how comfortable I feel doing it, but I got to get over it. So the Grogmeister for $5. I won't be pushed, filed, stamped, indexed, briefed, debriefed, or numbered. My life is my own. The Prisoner. Yes. By the way, oh, it's not here. Where is it? Oh, it's way back over there. I have my artist edition Prisoner book from IDW. It's so brilliant. Oh, it's so good. Nicholas Horton. What's up, my Doctor Who brother, for £5? Yep. Doctor Who is back. Doctor Who is back on the 1st. Oh, look who's in here now. Look at who's in here. Hang on just a second. Princess Unicorn for $1.99. Gary, you are going to Contact in the Desert this year. Yes, I will be at Contact in the Desert, which is at the end of June for some reason. But yes, I'll be there. I will be there. I love Palm Springs and I like UFOs. Captain Robert April is back after a car accident. He's back better than ever for $10. This crap is being driven by the same clutching morons who destroyed Saturday morning cartoons and still can't accept the fact that it's no longer 1955. Yep. But Captain Robert April, it's good to see you back and healthy, my friend. Jolton Burrow for $5. Hi, Gary. Put Sonequa Martin Green, Brie Larson, and Kristen Stewart together with Daisy Ridley. It's a new action show. The Four Mannequins. Oh, it would. You would think you're walking by a department store after that, for sure. Casey Osowski for $10. Hi, Gary. I'm blind. Oh, so I can't read comics. Do you know where I can find audio copy of The Watchmen? Yes, I do. Whatever happens, I will always be glad to help any way I can. Long live Nerdrotic. Casey, thank you. Casey, the true meaning of the word brave. You're brilliant. Thank you for the super chat. There is a motion comic of The Watchmen that is just as good as an audio book of it. And it can be found on the Watchmen Blu-ray. It can be found right here on YouTube. So if you just search Watchmen Motion Comic, Chapter 1, and you'll be able to find a playlist. Forgive my ignorance. I don't know how you navigate YouTube, but I'm sure there is a playlist. If there's a way I can email it to you, let me know. Otherwise, it exists, and it's really good. It's one guy voicing everything, so he does, when he voices the female voice, it's a little weird, but it's good. It's very good. The Watchmen motion comic, I love it. So, yes, check that out. I highly recommend it. Is Quarter Black here? There he is. What's up, Quarter Black? I was just talking about you, my friend. Hey, you want to join us this Friday? I'm just going to put it out in the air for Friday Night Tights. I miss you, man. I need you to come in. Mikey Woods. What's up, Mikey? I got to send you an email, too. I'm giving you a title. I'm giving you and a couple of other mods a title. So to reset, my mods work for free. They work kind of directionless because I have such a crazy life. I'm not I don't contact them as much as I should. They do the very best they can with what communication they're given. So they are blameless. If anybody ever has a problem, anything can be worked out. Anything can be worked out except anti-Semitic remarks, N-words, and spamming. That stuff can't be worked out. Sorry. Again, I'm not a free speech absolutist here. I want to keep my channel on the air, and I don't like any of those words, so I don't want them around. So my mods do great work, but you can always email me, but I trust them. But just to let everybody know, as far as like insults towards me or my arguments, that's fine. Let that go. I mean, I have no problem with that stuff whatsoever. And I know you guys usually do. But just to make it clear, spamming, anti-Semitic remarks. We saw some in the Inquisition last night, and that shit had to go. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm disappointing anybody, but I'm not about that stuff. Sorry. That's what my accusers say I'm about, but I'm not. clearly. If you saw my family, you would understand. All right, Quarter Black. Would love to see it this Friday. Liking your growing Doctor Who background, Gary. You like this? Yes. This whole wall. It used to be the bookcase, but hey, this Sunday you get the room tour. The room tour is happening. I'm gonna put it on the main channel. I don't care. It'll be live. I'm gonna walk around the whole room and tell my stories on where I got the toys and everything. Be very boring. Yeah. So I want to thank all my the Modrotics, Mark Lerzeth and Mikey and Christy and DJ D Show, and the ones who come in once in a while, the ones who are always out there. I thank you, I'm so grateful for you guys. So technocratic concentration camp for Australian $7.99. I am in Australia, and it's Monday at 12:33 lunchtime. It's a Manus Inquisition on in 4 hours or so. Today, your time, the Inquisition already happened. But you know what? Hang on. Before I go, I will put the link in my chat. It's over. If you want to find it, it's on Doomcock's Twitter still. Or my Facebook, on my Facebook page. Let's see. I have a Facebook page. I have a Facebook group. If you want to join the Facebook group, you're more than welcome. Oh, look at this. You want to see a... Oh, you want to see... okay, this is a Facebook memory. Hang on, guys. I might have told you I used to own a comic shop. You might have heard this. You might have heard this. Hang on. Okay. So, if we go up here, that's me. You recognize that guy? So we had a Punisher event. Yeah, Ray Stevens from Rome. And yeah, that's it was 11 years ago. Look at that beardless boy, and I was heavier too. Look at that. That was I was rocking that comic shop bod, like 30 pounds overweight. And Ray Stevenson is it's Stevenson, that's right. From Rome. I loved Punisher Warzone. He came over, he shook every hand, he kissed every baby. He was brilliant. The line was out the door. And yes, that's the inside of my old comic shop right there, and that's one of them Facebook memories. I hate it when they put up pictures of my kid when he was a baby. Kills me every time. But I was gonna get you guys the Doomcock, the Inquisition. Let me go get that Inquisition link. I eventually need a producer too, so I can just sit there and talk and not have to do all this stuff. That would be nice. There is it. Oh, come on. And yeah, it's probably on his Twitter. That'd be easier to find. I found it earlier. I don't know where it is now. I can do it this way. I remember where the link is. Give me just a moment. Here it is. It's a big old link. And here we go. There's the Inquisition. So, did you see the script leaks? Did I see the script leaks? Yes, I did. I was waiting to do an actual video on those. That's going to be part of my next video, because I heard there might be some new ones. I'm just kind of waiting out. I'm waiting out. I use I'm actually on a PC right now, so I'm on a gaming PC that's kind of badass. I spent a lot of money on this, but I do occasionally use a crappy Mac to edit video, because It's better. It's better. All right, we're going to wrap this thing up. So thank you, Technocratic Concentration Camp. Mr. Fu for $2. What is your age, Gary? Does $2 buy me that? You could have asked for free. I'm 50. I'm 50. What's up, Jedi Knight and friend to Alita? How's it going? Yeah, SJW, you know what? You're right. SJWs are the most racist. I'm not going to lie. That is what we were saying last night. And that's, they end up, you want to talk about unintentional, freaking racism. It comes from the SJWs straight up, especially the ones from Hollywood, Jedi Knight, friend of Alita. And thank you again for becoming a member. You rule. All right. Brody 36, back at you. Yeah. So I'm 50. I'm old man. I've been around. I have more life behind me than ahead of me, so I'm going to freaking enjoy it. But I would like some of my entertainment to be good, or I'm going to go out kicking and screaming and annoying Hollywood. If I can at least do that, then, right under being a decent dad and a good husband, I can die happy. Just donated to your GoFundMe. Oh, Larry, you didn't have to do that. How'd you find it? Can't wait to see your shop online in brick and mortar, real comic book literature and toys. Oh my, best wishes, Gary. Thank you, Larry. And yeah, the whole thing is supposed to be an online store, then it's supposed to be a brick and mortar store, and then it's supposed to be given to my son someday. It's supposed to be something for him to do. I will explain that on Wednesday, and I will try not to get emotional while I talk about it. All right. But when I get to talking about my son, this very cold, hard exterior gets softened quite a bit. I was so pissed watching the Watchmen episode. Brian, dude, it's so bad. It's so bad that Doomcock and I were talking for about 10 minutes before the review, and we weren't sure if we wanted to review it. We were like, I mean, it sucked the energy out of me. It was so despicable. And I'm not talking about the actors or the creatives or the situations or denying any of this crap happened in the 30s. Of course it did. It was ugly. It was disgusting. All right. The Tulsa event was disgusting. You know what's equally disgusting? HBO exploiting it for their freaking fake superhero show and their fake wokeness. That disgusts me even more. So, and then telling me, oh, and I got those comments today, I have no right to criticize this. Oh, please tell me that again. Please tell me I have no right to do something. So does this mean you're staying in California? No. So the online store is while I'm in California, Captain Spire. The brick and mortar is when I leave. I'm either leaving in a few months or a year and a half, but I'm leaving. Depends on Logan's school, who's Neurotic Jr., Logan. We're trying. If he can get into the Catholic high school for 1 year, then we'll stay for 1 year. If we can't, then we got to bug out because he's not going to freaking public school here. So, okay, we're going to wrap it up here. It's been a great, it's been fun. It's been fun. I'm sorry it can't go longer, but I got a ton of work to do. I love you guys. Thank you for joining in. Thank you to the mods. Please like, share, and subscribe. And please support your favorite YouTuber. Please make sure you are still subscribed to Geeks and Gamers, RK Outpost, World Class Bullshitters, EVS, Cecil, your boy Zach, That Umbrella Guy, Yellow Flash, Mary Mayhem, Geeky Candy, Sporking News Podcast. I'm going to forget somebody. Don't get mad. Some people forget me sometimes. I don't get mad. Mecha Random 42, Midnight's Edge After Dark. You know what? John Campia. Screw it. We're all in this together. So good night, everybody. Hail the Fandom Menace. Right again. Oh, and Doomcock. Hail Doomcock. Hail my friend Doomcock. And I don't know who else is live streaming out there. Go support another Fandom Menace channel, please. And I will see you live again on Wednesday, but there will be no uploads and videos tomorrow. I thank you for understanding. And remember, not all who wander are lost.